Peace and blessings to you and your family. My name is David from Michigan, a state in God's hands, and I want to continue talking about the mark of the beast and how cable TV is controlled by Lucifer to help influence people to blindly take the coronavirus jab and to put fear into people. You know what I'm saying? Make you so scared that and try to, and then they make statements that plant seeds in your subliminal mind. And even though the jab is not a physical mark of the beast, but it's showing up in the spiritual realm on both the head and forehead. So about ignorance, you took the jab, confess and repent to Jesus Christ. Do not take any follow-up jabs. Because the jab, it's a different type of vaccine. It works on a DNA level, and I kind of remember, but don't necessarily remember. But I think like when it was first trying to come out, it added a Luciferian element to the DNA, but I'm gonna put another video to a link where a lady is talking about where she actually reading the patent, and she also read that it add a Luciferian link to your DNA. And so that's why, it could be so dangerous. And I'm going to leave a link of a video in the description box about a message from the angel of the Lord. And the name of the video where the lady is reading the patent on the jab is called, The Mark of the Beast. And the Lord showed me what it is. But I tried to look up the patent. I couldn't find it. But I do just kind of vaguely remember looking for it, and I read the patent. But the TV device itself is a tool for black magic and a distraction to stop people from evangelizing, just like sports. These are tools of distraction to grab your attention, to keep you from evangelizing. But I'm not going to talk too much about the black magic part of the TV in this video. But news media outlets are used to put extra fear in you, extra sales. Why are people more scared to catch the coronavirus than to confess to the Father in heaven and Jesus Christ about not paying the entire 10% tithes and offering? Just basically the tithes. My point is, why are you more fearful of a virus than Jesus Christ of Nazareth? So like what is more dangerous, the coronavirus vaccine or the lake of fire? And you don't necessarily need a pastor to pay tithes and offering. You can give tithes to evangelists. Currently, I don't put out to take donations. I believe working for free for Jesus Christ. If you want to pay me some money, I tell you to give it to the poor. That's just like where I am right now. But you can basically give tithes and offers to any kind of person in need. Somebody may need some food, some shoes. They may need something. All that could be included in tithes. You could use tithes for evangelist equipment, or stuff, flyers, printers, paper. You know what I'm saying? You can put all that as tithes. So now I'm going to talk about type of people that may take the mark of the beast or not mark of the beast. You're trying to stimulate your mind and get you on the straight and narrow. According to the testimony, some of the hell testimonies, that, some of the adult children and their parents that are in hell, that the adult children are blaspheming their parents for even being born. And like today in TV shows and stuff like that, they basically teach everybody to worship the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, them basically, all these little sitcoms and stuff be on TV. The wife worship the kids and care for the kids more than the husband. You know what I'm saying? That's not good. So I'm gonna just tell the truth. I believe most Christian parents think it's worth going to hell to save their children. While children a lot of churches overseas, they teach children to be martyrs. You know, this country really haven't really had to worry about martyrdom like, other nations across the seas and stuff like that. But, that's the proper way to do. You got to teach your children to be a martyr if it's necessary. But, like I said, in this United States, I believe most parents would just do whatever, maybe even take the mark of the beast to save their children, and that's a no-no. It don't make sense to go to hell and then possibly influence your children to go to hell just for them to cuss you out in hell or blaspheme against you in the hell. That's backwards. Do y'all think rich people, millionaires, would take the mark of the beast if they couldn't buy or sell? Maybe some will, maybe some won't. But a person that's used to so much luxury, I hope not. But just maybe. And so, I believe majority of Christians, in this nation need to prepare to live off grid. You don't know when the mark of the beast, where to start. I don't think nobody can really predict that. And I don't think it's necessarily going to start worldwide all at one time. How it may, appear or whatever. But, maybe it will. Not sure. That's my whole point. Nobody don't know how it's going to evolve or whatever or start. And so, it's already in the Bible. Jesus wants to go in the wilderness. It's in the testimonials. The heaven testimonials. He wants us to prepare to live in the woods, have raised chickens, cattle, and basically start churches in the woods. Where's that movement at? I do see some. It's like very little. If I could, predict the percentage, I would say less than 2 or 3% of Christians are actually conscious like that. Majority of them, to me, in my point of view, is just like in this like la la land, like everything will always be right, and they're not really trying to guard their souls. You know what I'm saying? They just, I just want y'all to prepare, and we can use the jab as a good measuring stick. How easy it is to use TV and media to convince highly educated people, all types of people, to just take the jab blindly. I'm going to put some pictures in the video where I'm going to show you that the coronavirus vaccine is, nobody could sue any vaccine corporation if people start turning to zombies or whatever. They totally protected by the law. And so why would someone take something that, if it's bad or whatever, you can't even sue? You know what I'm saying? But most people, I don't believe they even trying to look at the patent of how it's made, or any of the laws concerning, how they're not protected by law if something is wrong with the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it may start people to mutinize or something. People just like blindly taking this stuff, and it just goes to show you the power of that TV. Turn those TVs off. They're influencing you to kill yourself, basically. Go to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, 17, King James Version only. And he calls us all, the small and the great, and the rich and the poor and the free, men and the slaves, to be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. And he provides that no one will be able to buy or sell except the one who has the mark, either on the name of the beast or the number of his name. I bring this scripture up because, like I said earlier, no one will know exactly how it's going to start. Is it going to gradually, go throughout the world, or all of a sudden the whole world is just going to have to, take the mark of the beast to buy or sell? And so this is why it's important that, Christians should prepare to live in the woods. You don't need bigger worship building. You can worship at home. All this around the national government, it's time to move. Prepare to live away from these things. And some of you that been to a TV studio station, you don't understand what I'm talking about. But in these television station studios, it is on the wall. You actually go in the studio. It is labeled programming. I mean, that's also like I think in some of the radio studios. Radio is programming people in the world. TV is definitely the most influential device in the world. I didn't want to give up TV. But that's what the scriptures say. Deny yourself. Separate from the world. The TV is of the world. People in the cities and the suburbs need to prepare to live in the wilderness or woods to avoid the mark of the beast. And so I'm going to give you some of my ideas of things you need in the woods to prepare. You can go Amazon and order this book called The Lost Book of Remedies. And a lot of these flowers and like dandelions and different weeds that grow in the alley and all that stuff is actually probably a majority of stuff is medicine. Back in the day, people use those things for medicine, and that's why they like grow wild everywhere. Actually, dandelions is one of the things in the book that actually is medicine. The stuff that we kill, we don't want to be on our lawns, and we put that chemical down to kill it. All them little plants and different odd plants that we don't want on our lawn, that's probably majority of that is medicine. So grab that book, and you can also, if you can go one day a week without taking your prescription medicine, go one day a week, stack that medicine up. Who knows how long we gotta live in the wilderness? What, 3 or 4 years? So you might have to stack 3 or 4 years worth of medicine up. Prepare. Particularly if you're going to take the one day off of medicine, let that be on the Sabbath day. Take all natural medicines on the Sabbath day, but prescription drugs, if you can, and not be uncomfortable, not be uncomfortable going one day a week without medicine. Start to go one day a week without medicine and save that medicine. Stack it up. And just try to overall improve your health. If you can lose weight, what I do, I don't eat no food from the time I get up in the morning until afternoon. So basically, no breakfast. I eat what I want after that. Sometimes I may make up, but I still basically lose weight by doing it that way. And there's some other reasons that that's good to basically fast that way, but I ain't gonna go too much in that in this video. But yeah, don't eat no food or water from the time you get up in the morning. If you get up like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, or 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, don't eat no food or no water until afternoon. Preferably 1 o'clock. If you can push it an hour afternoon, that's good too also. So that and all that helps your health, improves your health also. It makes your prayers stronger too, but it improves your health. And by you improving your health, you maybe you not have to take so much medicine. You can stack and save that medicine up. But one of the main things people is going to need is clean water if they go in the woods. Fortunately, it's some good modern products that's out there. What they call solar power atmospheric water generators. They can produce up to 40 or 100 gallons of clean water. You probably have to go on the internet and search. There's some other stuff, but those machines particularly, I think they like around. They pricey though, $2,500 to $4,000 each. So here goes some of the names of this atmospheric water generators. You see Tree Hugger generators at treehuggers.com. Another one is sun to water. I think their machine produce 8 gallons of water daily. But it's other ones too. It's like I know it's like a African American guy. He he for the military. I can't remember his name right now, but let me see if I can look it up. Hold up. Yes, Moses West. That's his name, Moses West. I think he's from Texas. And he also got a machine. He got machines around the world, like in poor areas that supply water. Look like a nice big trailer type of thing. And this thing produced super amounts of gallons of water. Usually government agency buys his type of stuff, so you really got to have some cashola to get his stuff. But he got some on his website. He said he got some smaller ones. But yeah, just look up his name, Moses West, on YouTube, the internet. He got a sponsor that's sponsoring to actually sell the stuff, for him, whatever. But it's this other product. You can buy a dehumidifier. Like some of these dehumidifiers, they produce basically clean water. That water that they produce is actually clean. But yeah, those things are awesome. You to be able to generate clean water to drink straight from the air is awesome. And you gonna and they got these awesome water filters that actually could clean water like if you got water from a lake or a pond or a river. This water, what is it called? I'm about to pull it up. So do your research on atmospheric water generators, and so what else? Here goes some more ideas. They got these things called solo tubes, or sonotubes, where you can basically build a cabin in the woods anywhere. You basically fill these tubes up with concrete and rebar, and you level it off to where all the solo tubes and rebar is even. And once that stuff dry, you build a wooden platform on top of it that's very strong. And like in the woods, it's kind of like an uneven platform, so it ain't like it's already flat like a street or something. So you want that versatility when you go in the woods to where you can just basically build anywhere, that you want to build. And you can put these solo tubes in the ground. I think they go around 4 feet in the ground. You got to go by your state regulations. Well, you probably don't have to go by the state laws if you just live in the wilderness. But, that's probably helpful to go by the state laws about how deep the sonotubes can go in the ground. Yeah, because it go by weather. If you don't put it deep enough, it might freeze or crack or something. So you want to check that out, whatever. How deep can you put sonotubes in the ground for whatever state you in? But yeah, that's a very cost-effective way to build a cabin in the woods, because I used to think about building a platform on a big, plane of concrete, say a slab of concrete, 30 by 30, where you have a truck come in and dump the concrete in and people just smooth it out. But these sonotubes is a whole lot cheaper. You ain't got to do all that. You could just make these sonotubes, build these holes to ground with basically a hole digger, like you put up gates, but it's bigger because, I think about 8 inches around. I think that the drill is 8 inches, so that's bigger than for a gate. But you could use the same type of machine to dig the hole and put the sonotubes in there and a rebar. And you can just look it up on YouTube, sonotubes, a rebar, and see how they do it. Get ideas where you can build a cost-effective base for your cabin in the woods, and you just build a wood platform on top of it, and basically build a house in the woods. A whole lot cheaper than doing how I originally thought about doing it. And also, they got free energy generators on YouTube. You can check it out. Or you can basically get free energy. You know, it may not be much power, but you can probably power up a lamp. You know, things like that. Or charge. Well, you probably not need the phone, but you know, charge up computer or something like that. All you need is like copper and a magnet and some glue, and you put the magnet up to the copper, and boom, free power. But yeah, just look that kind of stuff on free energy generators, where because you're probably gonna need some type of electricity, and so you might even have to purchase some land. You know, I think in Michigan it's kind of actually illegal to live off grid. So you might have to search for a state where it is legal to live off grid. And you know, Christians, it is time to prepare to live in the woods to avoid the mark of the beast. Oh yeah, it came to my other things you can get. Generators. You know, the generators are getting better now. It got some things where you could use solar power with wind, like a wind fan together to power up deep cycling batteries. That's a way to get some power. Actually look up on YouTube how to build a frame of a house. You know, you build a frame of a house on the concrete platform I was telling you about with the sonotubes. You know, if yeah, I mean, prepare to live in the woods. And so, subscribe to my brother channel, Peniel Nagande, Peniel Nagande, Ngonde, and have a blessed day.